Yo guys, so we're back for a new tutorial, and today I'm gonna break down my loop from my Morganite Pink kit that you can get in the description, and hope you like this one. Let's go for the preview. That's a nice, really nice loop. It sounds like a 90s R&B, but also as a PLUGGNB song, so it's really nice. So let's break down this loop. Of course, we got a main E piano. I'm gonna show you. So for this piano, I have a really nice preset on, I think, ZENOLOGY. Yeah, it's the SAE piano one, and it sounds super nice. And let's break down the chords. So usually in PLUGGNB, you usually have a structure that looks like this. So you have a 6. Wait, I'm not the good one. Shit. Basically, this is the scale. So if you don't know how to put a scale on F, so you just click in this arrow right there, view, scale highlighting, and you take the C sharp minor like this. The chord is actually pretty easy. What you need to do is take the sixth note of the scale. So this is the first because we have the C sharp there. Then the second is this one, it's the D sharp. So I'm gonna move it here so you can see it better. So we have D sharp. Then the third is E, fourth, fifth and sixth, seventh, and then you go back to C sharp. You need to take the sixth note of the scale, so this is gonna be A. Then you want to take the fifth note, which is just one below, so there, G sharp. Then once you have this, you go back to the root note. So as I just said, the root note is C sharp since it's in C sharp scale. So boom, back to C sharp, and you go to the third then. So it goes to sixth, fifth, root note, and then the third. And this should look like this. Pretty easy. Now what you need to do is to build a chord. To build a chord, it's really easy. What you need to do is skip place. So if I take my A chord, to do a chord or a triad, what you need to do is to take your root notes or root notes on the chord of the chord. The root note of the chord is A. The closest note that is in the scale, we're gonna skip it and we're gonna place the other one, which means that we're gonna skip the B to go back to a C sharp, and we're gonna do the same thing, and boom, we have a triad. So as you can see, I skipped D sharp and B, and then we have a basic triad. But as you can see, that's not what I used. I have some more notes. And how did I did that? Easy. All the same pattern. Skip place. And that's how you get a 7. So you skip, you place. Then you have the 7th, because A chord, we have the A, which is gonna be the first. Then we're gonna skip the second, we're gonna place the third. We're gonna skip the fourth, we're gonna place the fifth. And we're gonna skip the sixth, we're gonna place the 7th. And to make a 9th chord, it's the same thing. You skip place. So I skip the A and I go to a B, and it sounds like this. And that's literally the chord you have there, but it's just strumized a little bit. So to strumize it, you need to click Alt S, and boom, you can strumize it. Easy one. And also randomize the velocity, so Alt R. Easy one. And I just followed the same thing for all those notes, which means that here's the same thing. Skip place, as you can see. But instead of placing the 9th, I just removed it. And to create some dissonance, as you can see, the chords doesn't sound the same. That's because I just put that note up, to make a diminished chord. A diminished chord is basically when you have two space here between those two notes, between those notes, and that just sounds like a jazzy chord. I'm not really the professional of like chord progressionist shit, but I just know how to make some diminished chord. I don't know how to explain it, but see what I mean. Then I have a C sharp minor chord, I think. No, yeah, C sharp minor chord. So boom, again, I placed every note by skipping one, and we have a ninth chord. But what I did here is I just took the E and I put it one octave up, so it looks like this. Boom, easy one. As you can see, it sounds insane. I just added those notes here just to make it some rhythm or something. And in the second pattern, instead of following this basic pattern here, I just took the E and I placed it here and added some rhythm with those chords. So instead of having D sharp here, but just put it like this, and I copied the notes and brought up the E back down, and sounds like this. And then I just took those two notes here and placed the first note of a D minor chord. Not even, what the fuck? Oh yeah, I just copied everything. Boom. This is an augmented chord if I'm not wrong. I'll go stamps. Augmented, and yeah, that's an augmented chord over here. That's what I did. Basically what I did is I took a augmented chord and a diminished chord over here, and that creates a lot of jazzy emotion to it. Because on PLUGGNB and 90s RnB, you want to have diminished chord, augmented chord, 7th, 9th, yeah, all those things, and it should really sound great. And that's the chord progression a little bit strumized. I'm going to strumize it and randomize it. And that's how it sounds. And for all those top notes, that was just me like playing with my keyboard, my mini lab there. And for here, it's just like a basic strumized that I used. I used notes, so I just placed them like this. I'm gonna show you. So I just placed them like this. All the notes that are in the chord, which means all the notes, sorry, that are in the scale. So I placed them like this, and I use Alt S, and I just bring up that end thing here, and I just make like this staircase that goes to the chord. And for all those notes, they are pretty much in the scale, so it's really easy to find it. Besides that F there, it's not in the scale, but it's to create some more jazzy feeling to it. And to make it is just a flare. I think you call it a flare. And it's when you play notes like this, and it sounds really nice. And you're gonna find it a lot on PLUGGNB too, and 90s RnB. Yeah, basic melody sounds really nice. So after that main E piano, I used a string. It's the strings from ZENOLOGY, and it sounds super nice. Basic string, I'm not gonna stay on it. Then we have some Rhodes, so it's not really Rhodes, it's more of an organ from XPand 2. It's the Jazz More Plus preset over here, and it sounds like this. So again, same thing, a staircase back to a G sharp major chord. And here's the diminished chord, as you can see. I believe the staircase in reverse, and it sounds super nice. Yeah, so really nice one. Then you have a bass, so it sounds like a real bass. That's what I call it, the real bass. And it's the AX fretless bass from ZENOLOGY. Again, same thing. What you want to do is sometimes play with like the notes and thing, create a little bit of melody. In those 90s RnB song, you want to have a lot of melody playing, and that's how it sounds like this. I also added, now it's the lead, and I have a lot of lead on it. I have this SINE lead over here. I played it using my MIDI keyboard, my MIDI Lab 3. Shout out to Artuya. And for those melodies, what I like to do is to just bring all those chords, other things, to A minor scale, because the A minor scale is the easiest one. It's the one with all those white notes on your key. And what I just do is I play and I do something that sounds good. And like usually I found something that really sounds great and amazing, and I just modify it. Like I use some type of this flares, a lot of flares. And it's not always, as you can see, in tempo. Sometimes it is, but as you can see, there is not in the tempo. And it's to create a little bit of, like, I don't know, a more human feeling to it. And then we have that, oh shit, I forgot about the SINE lead. It's a preset from Purity, simple SINE, really easy one. Then we have that GAMEBOY lead here. I like to call it like this. It's a preset from Purity again. It's the PW for president. Sounds like this. And what I did here is I didn't have those two notes over here at first. I just added that really simple melody and I copied it a few times. So for example, here, there, etc, etc. And what I did is, because I added those notes here and they didn't sound great with like the first part of it, I was like, maybe I should add something. So what I did is I just added those notes here. So this F sharp and G sharp flare, so that when it ends nice and make some kind of like okay feeling to it, like it's gonna sound good. So it kind of sounds like a finished thing. Because if I just like this, C adds a little bit of suspense but doesn't like goes down normal. Then I added a Purity. No, wait, shit, what am I saying? PIZZICATO, strings basically, from BBC Symphony Orchestra. Free plugin, should definitely cover it, free plugin. And there is pretty easy. What you want to do is find some kind of melody using the MIDI lab. And if you don't have one, you can just click here and you will be able to use your keyboard as a MIDI. And that's how I sometimes do, especially when I'm at school. That's what I use. So yeah, I highly suggest you to get that plugin too, and to use that method if you don't have it. Then I just copied the chords and I just put it on the Purity plugins. The Breathe V.EP piano sounds amazing. Yeah, really nice. And lastly, we're gonna have maybe I think it's a tiny lead that I used from ZENOLOGY again. Is the 80s tech lead that you can find in the synth lead preset. And that's what, again, same thing, using my MIDI keyboard, putting it out to A minor scale and playing with the white notes. Sounds pretty easy. It's really simple to do it actually. And the last thing I added was this bells. It's the Snowflakes preset from ZENOLOGY. Yeah, I think I just used the top notes or the bass notes of the chords, and that's how we use it. And I also have those vocals is the Just Dance song. It's in the Dry Work New Jazz Tash Kit. I'm gonna put the link in the description. I'm gonna try to put the link in the description if I found it. And they have a bunch of vocals like this for New Jazz and PLUGGNB too. I'm gonna show you the kit. It has 808s, claps, hats. It's drum kit for like New Jazz, and that's the vocals I use. So the Just Dance vocals. This is brought up to minus 400 cents and stretched a little bit. Then we have a chimes that I usually use on my R&B type shit. Sounds amazing. A little open hat. This HH rise, so it's a hi-hat rise basically. You have this a lot too in PLUGGNB. And then we have a snare, I think. Yeah. Sounds amazing. And a riser from PLUGGNB. You can always go for the mixing and everything. So first we have those chords. I just brought down, the highs and the lows. I did a little bit of reverb from RUM, again a free plugin too. Then for my real bass, easy one. Just brought down the lows, a little bit the highs. So I just added this. Then for the SINE lead, basic EQ. Just EQ to call up all the unwanted frequencies. And brought it to mono because it's gonna clash with a lot of things, and what I wanted is to be its own thing, so that's what I did. I just put it to mono and it sounds amazing like this. For the GAMEBOY lead, brought down the lows and the highs, and this frequency is about 800 just because I think it has some high frequencies there. Nothing more, pretty simple. For the hi-hat rise, just added some delay and a reverb. Then for the pizzicato I just brought down the lows and the highs, same thing. So they sound amazing like this. For the vocals, brought down the lows again, brought down the highs, a little bit of room and some flangers, so some kind of effect, I don't know, great effect to it. Brought up to mono because it sounded a little bit too stereo. For the chords, brought down the lows, highs, and the mid. The mids, usually you want to brought them down a lot because that's the thing that usually makes everything clash, and it's not really good. Brought down also the highs with fresh hair, free plugin too. Then for the lead, brought down the lows, nothing more. For that over lead, just used a little bit of reverb, some fresh air to brought down the highs and the mids a little bit. For the chimes, for the chimes, just used brought down the lows, a little bit of the highs, and the really high frequencies. Added some reverb, a lot of reverb, The open hat nothing, snare nothing, and the riser nothing. And that's how the full loop sounds like, and I hope you like this one. I hope that you have a great day too. Peace out. Forgot about the peace out shit.